Welcome to this short session for National 5 English, and we're going to be concentrating on tone. My name's Dr. Adam. Our learning intentions: we will revise what tone means in writing, and we'll look at some tone questions. Hopefully you will be reminded of hints and tips to help you to revise, and you will gain insight into approaches that will support you to do well in the Reading for Understanding, Analysis and Evaluation paper. There are three basic question types: understanding, analysis and evaluation. So we're looking at what the writer is saying, how the writer is saying it, and how effectively, in your opinion, the writer is saying it. In writing, tone is the attitude a writer conveys towards a subject, and a writer might be passionately for or against a particular topic. There are lots of different examples of tone, and I've listed some of them here. We're all familiar with tone of voice and probably use it deliberately for various purposes. In writing, tone is created by various techniques, for example, sentence structure, word choice, imagery. Hopefully you're familiar with all of these. When you're trying to answer questions on tone in the Reading for Understanding, Analysis and Evaluation paper, you've got to imagine that the writer is reading the article aloud to you, and you have to try to work out what his or her attitude or feelings are towards the topic. When commenting on tone, look out for how the use of different types of language can reveal the writer's opinion. For example, emotive language, used by the writer to encourage the reader to share an opinion on the subject. This could reveal such tones as angry, sympathetic, compassionate. Or informal language could suggest a more light-hearted or less serious attitude to the subject. And the tones for this could be flippant, humorous, sarcastic. Sometimes tone can be implied or suggested. First of all, identify the tone and then explain how the tone is created. If you want to find out how much you know, consider trying this quick quiz on the Bright Red Publishing Digital Zone. You have to make an account, but it's free and it's really easy to use. Try to work out the tone in this short text. While I'm reading it, think about the words that you would highlight. I am fed up listening to scaremongers talking about the E. coli virus, telling me my child should never visit a farm or come into contact with animals. I am very weary of organisations that are dedicated to forcing the idea that threats and dangers to children lurk everywhere. I am sick of charities who on the one hand attack overprotective parents and at the same time say children should never be left unsupervised in public places. I've highlighted the words that seem to suggest a negative tone. So that's fed up, very weary, forcing, threats and dangers, lurk everywhere, and I'm sick of. So we have to identify the tone, which here seems angry or hostile, for 1 mark, and then we have to explain how we came to this conclusion. So for example, I'm fed up, I am sick. The word choice shows the writer feeling hostile towards these organisations. She exaggerates her reactions to show how angry she is and how strong her feelings are towards people who are giving her advice. Now let's look at another example. Again, while I read, think about the words you would highlight or underline. Everywhere you turn, there is an army of professionals hard at work encouraging parents to fear the worst. Don't let your children out in the sun, not unless they are wearing special UV resistant t-shirts. Don't buy your child a Wendy house, they might crush their fingers on the hinges. Don't buy a baby walker, your toddlers might brain themselves. Don't buy plastic baby teethers, your baby might suck in harmful chemicals. Don't let them use mobile phones, they'll sizzle their brains. Don't buy a second-hand car seat, it will not protect them. And on it goes. So you'll see that I have highlighted everywhere to suggest that you can't escape the professionals warning you about the dangers to children. An army of professionals, suggesting that there are a lot of them and possibly that they are against you. Hard at work, fear the worst, repetition of don't, and finally a short sentence and the phrase on and on to suggest that it's never ending. Now a suggested answer. So you have to identify the tone for 1 mark and then explain for another mark. So here the tone is clearly negative, but you'd want to be a bit more specific and say possibly critical or fed up. And the explanation, you can either say repetition of don't and same sentence structure shows negativity or boredom, or word choice, for example, everywhere, suggests you can't escape them, or final short sentence starting with a conjunction and on it goes, suggests the instructions of things not to do cannot be escaped for 1 mark. If you want to know more about tone, you might try the Explain It Again website or look at BBC Bite Size. I would also suggest that you read regularly, especially quality newspaper articles, and always note new words and meanings when you come across them. This will build your vocabulary and also help to improve your writing. We have revised tone and looked at some questions. Hopefully you've been reminded of hints and tips to help you to revise. You should have gained insight into approaches that will support you to do well in the Reading for Understanding, Analysis and Evaluation paper. Thank you for accessing this resource. Good luck with your assessments.